Hello, welcome to Isolation Day 25. Well, today's been a retro day because I woke up and I thought, do you know what? I'm going to watch something retro, something from my childhood. And what better thing than 80s cartoons, right? And I thought, well, let's tune into YouTube and see if they are as good as I remember them. Okay, now some I tune into every now and then because I'm just a big kid, but there's some that I haven't seen for years, and I thought, are they really as good as I remember? So I thought I'd tune into a few, some that you might not even recognise. One of them was a show called Robotics, right? About a bunch of robots and some other humans land on the planet, and basically they have to help the robots. Yeah, I know it's deep. Anyway, it was a feature-length movie, and I sort of faded in, faded out. I've kind of got a love for it for some strange reason. I have no idea why, but I was jotting notes for the crime mystery thing that I'm working on as well. So I got some work done as well as having nostalgia. The next one was a He-Man, right? Hands down wins all the time because, it still holds its own now. And I also had a life lesson from Teela, one of the female characters on the show. Yep, she told me that if you're kind to some people, right, then they will be kind back. Or some kind of act of kindness is going to come back to you if you're kind to other people. You kind of get the gist. It's He-Man. I believed it, right? And not only that, right, I then decided to look for a different show because I made a list of all of the ones I could remember. And one of them was called Ulysses. Now, I thought that was in the 70s, but it isn't. It's like the early 80s, right? So I was really young, right? And all I remember is the theme tune. And when the theme tune came on, it went, Ulysses, like that, right? And I've got to say, right, it was one of the most irritating tunes ever, right? But still holds a bit of nostalgia later on when you're an adult, right? But I can't, for love or the life of me, right, remember what words come after Ulysses, because all I could get out was Ulysses, and that was it, right? But anyway, it weren't bad, right? After that, Dungeons and Dragons. Remember that one? Dungeons and Dragons. Now, the only thing about that show is, right, it irritated me because they never got anywhere. They never got back home. They're basically kids go to a theme park in America and get lost into a fancy land, and the dungeon master plays riddles and brain wipes them. I mean, that really messes with their brains because it thinks, do you know what? You're going home. You're not, right? Because at the end, I decided to tune into the final episodes of these shows, right? Just to see what it was like. Maybe they went home. And on the final show of Dungeons and Dragons, they don't even get home. I was traumatized by this. I really was. Because, I wanted to go home. And then the Dungeon Master just goes, I know somebody who may be able to help you. That isn't home, is it? How can you end like that? That's nuts. Ugh. Anyway, so I'm trying to say that I've had quite a nostalgic trip down memory lane. I'm sure there's others to investigate during this isolation. And if you're anywhere near a YouTube sounds like a railway. No, near YouTube, tune in to a show that you remember. There's everything from Gummy Bears to Thundercats to, what's that other one with a Teddy Ruxpin? Man, watch that and don't, you tell me if you get freaked out by a bear, a centipede, and an old man. It's weird. Right? It really is. Anyway, I'm going to sign off with today's joke, and it goes like this. Why are most on Reddit Ghostbuster fans? Because they ain't afraid of no post. Not afraid of no post. Because it's like... See ya.